Good afternoon, Mark at the Wicked Edge Expert Corner Group, and now for Beyond the Beginners, thinking further, thinking with experience. Your scratch patterns. We're talking about the strokes, and you don't want to put any scratch down at the lower grits than are necessary. Let me say it another way. You don't want to start with any stone more coarse than is necessary. Start fine. Feel it's starting to draw a little bit of a burr. That's 800 grit. Start fine. Do a little bit of work. Experiment. See what it does for you. Weigh the balance between time and effort and what you're trying to do, what you're looking to accomplish. If you're finding it works too hard, go to 600 grit. Do the same thing. When you put a 600 grit stone on here, that's an 800. Hello? I can already. Yeah, it's day to night difference. The point I'm trying to make is feel it. Feel how much. Now, 400 is the other side. And 400's already got a burr. And if you ask John Killian, I bet he'll tell you that out of all the Wicked Edge stones, the 400 he uses more than any of them. He probably starts and finishes a lot of knives with 400, 600. It's enough. But the thought, the thinking is, I'm starting on this knife. I've never sharpened it before. So I should start with this. And the 400's doing it, so the 100 will do it that quick. But you're going to go too deep into the steel than is necessary to sharpen it. You only want to move enough steel to shape it, to sharpen it. We don't have to re-grate the road down to the surface every time we top it. You know, they put on the top, we're sharpening the knife. We're not taking it down to a regrind. And a lot of you are coming here thinking, because it's a system of sharpening that comes in stone grits incrementally, that you have to start at the start, and the start is your coarsest stone. Start somewhere fine, dabble, feel what you feel. It's better to work a little harder to achieve your burr and not make deep scratches than it is to go coarse and make deeper scratches that you'll see for the rest of your life. So that's looking forward to the mirror polish, which so many of us come to Wicked Edge aspiring to make a mirror polish finished bevel, because it's something you can hold and look at and feel and show somebody, and they can understand your pride because it sparkles. It's fun. It's a level of achievement because it's hard to do it. It's hard to clamp it, and there's so many effing knives that are difficult to do this with. So it is a feeling of accomplishment. So if that's what you're looking to accomplish, I'm trying to teach you about the stones and the grits and the scrubbing and the scratch patterns. You have to think steps forward. So let me talk about real quick scratch patterns. The round and round, removing the steel. For the bevels, it was a great way we did back then. We used to recommend start this way and then go to 600 grit and go this way, or scrub, you know, at an angle this way, and then this one scrub at an angle this way, and then go to the next grit and crisscross to intentionally impart a direction to the scratch pattern that you could see. Then you would look at it with your flashlight and everything would line up. Then the next grit you would switch and go back that way. Then when you look with your flashlight, it would line up so you thought that you did a thorough job. And you did. And it worked. And your scrubbing worked on the apex and the bevels, and it did all that fine. But you imparted a direction to your scratch pattern that ends up making every which way that shines through and bites you down the road when you decide that, wow, I really like this and this knife is really getting sharp. I'm going to put a mirror polish on it as an afterthought. If you're looking to just go with it and see if you can get a mirror polish, that random sharpening plan at the onset comes back to bite you. If you're looking for a mirror polish, it starts at the beginning. All those things I'm saying, go light, start light. You don't want to scratch the steel with any more depth of impact of your stones than is necessary. All you want to do is make that bevel flat and make that apex keen. You can scrub it or you can keep scrubbing it and move more steel. There's a point where you're done. You listen with your ears, you feel the scratch. It gets smoother as you work. When you think you're almost done, work a little longer. When you think you're done, work a little longer. In the working a little longer, if you notice it changes in sound, it gets quieter, smoother feeling, then what you've done has been helpful. If you work that little bit longer and it doesn't seem the same, then you realize that that's all you needed to work. The only way that you know you're done is when you have the experience to know you're done. And that comes from your senses, from the feel, the abruptness of the scratch mitigates. Everything gets quieter and smoother because you've removed all the steel you want to do, and now everything is lining up and you're right and ready to go to the next step. So I'm going to stop here because I'm going trailing on. I'm looking to see. We talked about sharpening and the ramifications and the sharpening strokes, and I'm going to call it quits. Thanks.